All right. Well, we are with two members of the USC rugby team, Giorgio and Cooper, after a victory over North Florida. Wow, everybody got quiet. Now you're under pressure. We talk about playing rugby under pressure. This is an interview under pressure. So good luck with that. First of all, conditions you're not used to, right? Kind of damp. Playing a team I don't think you've ever faced. Probably USC's never faced North Florida in anything. So what were your thoughts early on?
Well, we struggled to adapt in the first few minutes, but and it took some time. But we managed to understand how we should have played our game, and we managed to do that. And I think the score reflected that.
Yeah, I think just in that first half, we failed to execute on what we wanted to do, which was play in their half. And so had the chat at halftime, needed to readjust some of our strategies, kick it a little bit more. We knew both teams were going to make mistakes because of how wet and sloppy the conditions were. So we figured if we can make them make the mistakes in their half, in their 22, then we can capitalize on that and get the ball back with the chance to score from an attacking set piece, off the scrum, off the line out. And yeah, like Gio said, managed to capitalize that in the end.
Excellent. Now, two sequences I thought were very important. One was right at the end of the first half, right? 12-7. They're threatening. They're on your line. You guys defend them. Now, there was a really weird play at the end of the first half. Somebody tried to kick a banana kick over his head, whatever. But you escaped without them scoring. I think that was emotionally important.
Yeah, 100%. I think just to keep them at bay after a big defensive stand, you're all tired, but to hear that whistle go and know you made it out of that risky bit of play, then got the confidence back. We knew our defense was solid, it was set, and so yeah, we built the momentum from that, gained our confidence back, and we're ready to go to start the second half.
What were you saying to the guys while you're trying to defend your line?
I didn't have to say too much. We haven't conceded too many points this season, even though we've been at our try line, at our 5-metre line quite a few times. Okay. The boys got grit, so they showed up there.
The other one was another defensive one. They had the ball in the second half. They started running a little bit better their pattern. They kept the ball. They worked their way out of there, and they had, I think, an overlap, and you stopped it. I mean, you defended. You seemed very comfortable just defending for a long time. And once you turned them over, I think you were able to score soon after that. And so how important was that for you?
Yeah, I mean, you can go.
It was really important for us, yeah. Coach Riaz and Staggy and Joey, they really worked on our conditioning this year, like to the brink of, to the point of breaking. It really showed there. We managed to stay in defence and wait for our turn, and we executed when it was our turn to have the ball.
And then, as you said, turn the field around. Scored on a kick. I don't know how that ball bounced. Now, did you kick that purposely to bounce the way it did? Are you going to take credit for it, or was that a lucky bounce?
I'm going to take credit for it. We work on that. We know we have a strength in the little chip throughs. We like to run that, especially like I said in the wet conditions. Got a good bounce, not a lucky bounce, but a good bounce, and it fell right into.
Always play for the good bounce.
Exactly. Yeah, put a little bit of spin on it. Set up there.
But you also just playing in their end. There were 3 or 4 or 5 kicks. You're just kicking to have them stay back in their 22 because they couldn't really get out of it.
They couldn't really get out. We wanted to keep the pressure on them. We know, like I said, in the wet conditions, mistakes are going to be made. So if they can drop the ball or forward pass, get under pressure in their half, we get the ball back. Momentum's on our side.
Final bit, tell me about this team. A lot of guys from all over the world. It's the USC, that's the school, right? Obviously a bunch of guys who come in and say, yeah, I play a bit of rugby and and do that. But tell me about what it's like to be on this team and maybe what you're looking at for the future.
It's beautiful. I come from a high school where we're all English lads. Coming here, I've met people all over the world. Cooper from Hong Kong and Australia. Lots of other boys from all over the world, so it's a nice community that we've made.
Yeah, I think it's also nice to get a blend of style, because I think people coming from different places, play in different conditions, play with different styles in terms of, if you're in the UK, you have big lads like Giorgio bashing it up with the forwards, but I grew up playing in Hong Kong and Australia where we use a bit more back moves and try to get it out wide a bit more. And so I think we managed to blend that pretty well. and mix everyone's backgrounds and to create a cohesive team where we can attack on all fronts. Yeah.
Fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
Appreciate it.